Hi. We seem to be having a little bit of
Can you hear me?
trouble. Okay, yeah, we can hear you. I think we just can't see you, or maybe it's me. You guys can let me know. You can go ahead, Elias, just in case the video is giving you a hard time. You can also just speak and we will hear you. Hopefully it will stabilize. Okay, I am going to just ask Elias to first exit and then come back. Sometimes these issues happen and you just need to do a good old fashioned, exit return, and hopefully it will be stable by the time you get back. We'll be waiting for you. Just try that. Sometimes it helps. So we are going to get into the session. Let me just say hi to you guys. I see you in the comment section. Oh, hi, Benny. Hey, it's been a minute. I miss all you guys who I met at the summit. Hi, Rachel from Uganda, Masinde from Nairobi, Fabrice from Burundi, Maureen from Kenya. Charles, what's up? Mita from Kenya, Marcy Mweni from Kenya as well. Kenya is representing today. Hey, we see you, and we appreciate you spending your time with us. Okay, so we're just gonna get into the session, guys. Now, the EAC Youth Ambassadors Platform is such an integral part of YouLead Africa. As you may have read in that little note that we pushed out with the posters, we don't operate as a standalone. EAC YAP is in there. We are together. And I thought it would be a good thing for you guys to know more. I suspect you have heard of the EAC YAP. And if you haven't still, this is the opportunity, but there's just so much they do, and their work is really vital, we feel. And we'd like for you guys also to just be in the loop, know what is going on in the region. What do they do? What does the platform bring to the table for us as young people? So I'm going to start off with Anita, who is in some cool location. It's like she's gone for another summit. So Anita, maybe you can give us like almost an overview of the platform. What is EAC YAP? What is your mandate? What do you guys do? Go ahead.
Okay, so in the briefest time that I can, EAC YAP to start is an initiative of the East African community. Yes. And so from the secretariat to the people, because the EAC is all about integration. How do we come together to make the region better together? And going forward from there, the integration being people-centered, having a majority, youth population, and even having the youth as part of the population, that was need for the East African community to be able to engage with the youth at the most prime level, for youth to be speaking to youth about the integration, right? Because when we get into how people understand things, it usually is best for us to have peer-to-peer information, and that is how EAC comes into being. And so first off, it is comprised of the EAC youth ambassadors are selected while they are still in university, because also that is like one of the prime engagement areas for youth. So coming out of university, we have the East African community debates, where these ambassadors are selected that are rotational, happen year after year, for new ambassadors to be selected to champion integration in their countries and at the regional level, to be able to represent the youth and speak for them. What is the youth perspective on issues concerning integration in politics, in business, in peace and security? And so that is a wrap of what EAC YAP does. And in the words of one of our regional coordinators, he likes to say EAC YAP is EAC's premium youth engagement platform. Yeah. So at the highest level, EAC YAP coordinates youth activities to the EAC.
Okay, that's a Yeah, you really did it in like the shortest time possible. I feel like whoever didn't know what EAC YAP is, we are there. And this person that we're talking about, why is he here? Sebastian, Regional Coordinator, sir. Are you here? Do you want to say hi to your people? Perhaps later. He might be busy now, but he'll probably come say hi later on. But thank you for that. That was really, I feel like you gave us like a snapshot that's really clear. Oh. Yes,
I am here, but my camera doesn't seem to be connecting. But hello, everybody. And Anita has done just to the platform's introduction.
Hey, see how your boss is admiring you. All right, thanks, Seba. He's working the back end for this as well. So I'll give him a break so that he's not doing too many things at the same time. All right. So I liked the idea of just, this integration thing, as much as it's something we can all understand on a general basis. When you hear it from your peer, there's something there, it's just easier to understand. Also, it's easier to coordinate the activities that speak directly to youth or are just very specific to us, young people. So let me get into our collaboration, which I have really talked about all the time. I am telling you, EAC YAP and YouLead are one. So let me ask Clemence to tell us a little bit about that partnership. We always say delivering as one. Just explain to these guys, to the audience, what does it mean, for us to have that MOU that we have that's together of YouLead and EAC YAP?
Absolutely. So earlier this year, the MOU was finalized between the East African Community Secretariat, where the EAC Youth Ambassadors are housed, and MSTCTC, which is the training center in Arusha, where YouLead program is housed. So both programs and initiatives are youth-led, youth-based, and are all geared towards youth development across the region. And basically what happened was came into an agreement of delivering as one. And we were in a planning retreat in early January, if I'm not mistaken, towards February, where we came up with a yearly work plan that we will be delivering as one. And part of that included the YouLead Summit, which happened recently. It was an amazing success. I'm pretty sure everyone enjoyed it. And part of that as well has been a number of consultations, youth consultations that you have been participating in yourselves. A number of that. Also, we are having the new ambassador program coming in. I hope a lot of people applied to be part of the new cohort. And so what we've been doing together is planning all these activities together and delivering them as one, instead of just having EAC YAP working on different projects and having YouLead working on different projects. We've been delivering all this and have been sourced from our planning retreat.
Okay, thank you for that. So you guys know that there's always such strength in numbers. Two heads are better than one and all that good stuff. So it just made sense that because our objectives align, it made sense that we deliver these different things as one, because we bring such different and interesting and valuable things to the table. So we thought, the thought is that if these two entities can come together, then we'll definitely make a more meaningful contribution to young people in the region. I see so many guys in the comment section. You guys are starting to feel like my friends. Like, there are people who I see every single week. I'm like, I think we're friends now. Like Mary, all the time, Mary's here. Mary Shirima, hi. Hi, Zinabu from Addis Ababa. Valentine from Nigeria. Ngoi, delegate from Malawi. Hey, I love that you're so proud of being a delegate. Love that. Gosh, I hope that you guys were able to be part of the summit in one way or the other, whether you were online or in person, because the summit really is for you guys. It's about hearing your thoughts, bringing what you have in mind to the table and see how we can bring those things to life. Now, I don't know if Elias is able to speak to us now. Elias, are you, I don't know, were you able to connect there?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Fantastic, we can hear you very well. Welcome. And we can see you now as well. Great, great,
All right,
great.
thank you. My name is, as you've introduced, my name is Elias Odiambuma. I'm the current East Africa Community Youth Ambassador Kenya, and also I'm a lawyer, an advocate trainee at Kenya School of Law. I think for introduction, that's sufficient.
All right. Thank you so much. Hey, you've taken me back to law school. Wow. I also went to KSL. But that's another story for another day. I don't know. You guys probably don't know that I am also an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. But guys, we'll have another day. I think when I take you on that crazy journey of my career and how I've ended up here. But so we're just going to get into a little bit of trivia, just break it up a little bit. You guys know we have a little fun even as we discuss. So we're going to have a quick trivia session before we get back into the conversation. And I encourage you that if you have any questions pertinent to the conversation, please leave them in the comment section and we will get to them. If you feel like you want to, give your question by actually saying, you want to talk, no problem. We'll have a couple of minutes at the end. I can't promise that everyone will have a chance, but we shall try. We shall try to give everybody a shot at speaking. So let's get into the trivia round. Let's get into that. I thought it would be fun if this time we had a riddle. I feel like we always do just like direct questions, but yeah, let's test that. I don't know, whatever it is that riddles test. Let's test that. So the first question, which is a riddle, is what is always ahead of you but can't be seen? And the hint is that emoji. I want you to think fast, put up your hand, comment, let me know. What is always ahead of you but cannot be seen? Anybody have an idea what that is? Don't feel bad, I also didn't know. Pascal, go ahead.
Eyes.
Good try, my friend. But that is not the one. That is not the answer. At your forehead. Hiya, Saulo. Ange says the future. Youth ambassadors. Yes, it is the future. I see, Charles, your hand is up. I know you want to be the master, but today Ange is the winner of that particular one. So yeah, what is always ahead of you but can't be seen? It is the future. That emoji was supposed to be like, the future is so bright. I don't know, it may not have registered, but that's what I was going for. But yeah, it is the future, which clearly a lot of you have a bright one ahead of you, the way I see you young people doing things. Okay, let's go to the second question. The second question is, oh, sorry, I lost my screen for a second there. I'm going to need you just, if you are the summit or something, dig back and remember this one, Who is the Executive Secretary of the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa? The hint is YouLead Summit 2021. She was a speaker. I've given you a hint, it is a woman. Ange, no, for you don't answer, please, you know the answer on that one. No. Ange, no. Somebody else. So you guys were not paying attention at the summit. You guys were not paying attention. She is, I don't know, she's, there we go. But Tony, you guys, some of you guys, I'm not going to allow you to answer questions. But that's the correct answer. It is Vera Songwe. Thanks, Tony. The prolific Vera Songwe. She's just so brilliant. If you were, I hope you had a chance to either watch or physically be part of the Arusha debate session on day 2. Wow, just wow. She was, it was such a collection of amazing people doing amazing things, and they just had such wisdom to share. But let me not take you back. You can also catch up with all of that on our YouTube channel because all those sessions are recorded there. But yeah, that's the end of the trivia round. I made it a little bit short today so that we can have a little bit more time to talk to our guests. But thank you for participating in the round. And yes, Anita, I agree. She's really amazing. Just Google her, listen to her speak. Oof, you will feel inspired. So let me go over to Elias, who is now with us. I was wondering, Elias, could you tell us a little bit about some of the programs over the past year that EAC YAP, in conjunction with us, but also EAC YAP as EAC YAP, has been involved in or has started, just so people can really know the kind of work that the platform is interested in and really wants to move forward?
Thank you, Kemi. I would want to be as comprehensive as possible, and let me premise what we have done based on the three key pillars that that EAC integration process is anchored on. That is the common market, customer union, and political federation. So the question begs is, what have we done under political federation as EAC YAP together with YouLead? So as you've indicated, YouLead and EAC YAP entered into, YouLead and EAC actually entered into a memorandum with EAC to use EAC YAP as its focal point to champion youth integration. So under political federation process, the EAC YAP was involved keenly on the Tanzanian election observation mission, and also under the political federation activity, the EAC YAP was also involved. So during the EAC observation mission in Tanzania, EAC YAP were involved. We had our reports which were adopted by the Secretariat, and also we visited so many polling stations. So also another activity that we were involved as a platform under the political federation process is under the peace network. EAC YAP was involved in training on peace security in the region and how to champion regional peace using the youth as youth is always used as a tool to facilitate violence. So the Secretariat was trying to find out what activities how can we involve our youth, using the youth themselves to take care of peace in our region. Now, under the common market, I think there's a thin line between the current FCFTA and the EAC policies on common market and even customer union, which is aimed at opening up our borders and even providing a wide market for the entire region. So to what extent has YouLead and EAC YAP through the East African community involved youth to champion common market using FCFTA and even the policies? Prior to the YouLead summit, EAC YAP together with the YouLead was involved in several activities that was aimed at championing FCFTA amongst the youth in the region and even Africa at large. In fact, this culminated to a one-week training at Arusha, the bootcamp training on FCFTA, which my learned friend Komugisha was part of. I think was at the forefront representing the EAC YAP. And even there were so many Africans coming from all over Africa who were part of the team. And also prior to summit, there was ESA competition, which was primarily aimed at encouraging youth to do research more on FCFTA, to get the opportunities that it comes with, and even to tap into those opportunities using various connections that the YouLead together with the platform has come up with. And also we also engaged in various border activities. I remember during the 2019 summit, we launched a border awareness activity at the summit, which was involved on creating awareness on the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, which has disrupted economies within our region. So we were tasked with questioning to what extent has the citizens residing in borders. Remember, those who reside in borders are always much away from the cities, and they don't really know what precautions they should take. I think with that, I shall have comprehensively addressed key activities that we have done so far together with our partnership with the YouLead. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing that. You took me back to the boot campers, and hey, those guys enjoyed it. I was like, me, I'm not missing now boot camp next year. If there is another one, I know they just really, I feel like it amped them up to do more. I don't know if you guys have checked out like our socials, which shared a couple of newspaper articles about some of the boot campers and some of the great things they've done post boot camp. And it's incredible to see the work really manifesting into actual projects and just things in actual communities. It's really amazing. I have a question here from Charles, which I think I'll just kind of split up so that each of our guests can talk a little bit about each bit. How has being a member of EAC YAP contributed to your professional career growth, Anita? Let's start with you.
I feel like this is an ambush, but that's an amazing question. I would say the exposure from EAC YAP. I think sometimes we undervalue the importance, how important it is to be out there. You know, beyond, even before you start learning from people, just being able to leave Mbarara, where I have studied for most of my life, being able to leave Mbarara and meet people from across the region and now across the continent. Just that exposure takes you to a different place. But to answer that particular question about career, how has EAC YAP added to my career? I am studying petroleum engineering and environment management. And so usually our careers put us in silos of sorts. You know, I'm a lawyer, I do legal things. I'm a doctor, I do medicine, and that's it. I'm a petroleum engineer, and all I care about is, you know, where is the oil? How can we get it out? How can we get that black gold? But with EAC YAP, you are opened up to seeing how everything is interconnected. You know, the oil that you want to produce is not going to come out of the ground if there is no coordination between the countries. Yeah, if you do not have a way to export it to different countries, and what affects export policy, trade policy affects export, what affects you being able to have a pipeline to Mombasa, policy does that, trade relations do that. You realize how peace and security, like beyond avoiding war, how it influences your daily life, you get to understand. And with EAC YAP, you get to understand politics, even away from elections, you know, like not just elective politics, but what does it mean for people to come together to do something that they have set their minds to. We have said we want to see a collected East African community. How do we do that? How do we come together and put this on table and draft strategy to be able to get the election or not? And then you now see how all these other elements come together to feed into the things that we are interested in particular. So I'd say that the exposure and being able to see how everything is interconnected.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. That's a really good answer. Like you said, ambush, and then you spoke like you had planned. But yeah, that's really beautiful. And I can definitely, I think many people can connect just to that aspect of exposure and how important it is to build, you know, that social capital, that from which you learn, from which you make those connections that you are talking about, because there's very little we can do with just knowledge and but without people. Let me just address a couple of questions here. I see something about certificates. Now, this is what I will say. As far as we've had the YouLead Summit, that hasn't been an aspect that has ever been incorporated, but I see that some people feel strongly about it. And so that's something that we have forwarded, because we've had that specific question more than once, more than twice. So that's something we forwarded to our leaders to consider for coming summits. That has not been something that has been part of how we do things. So that's something we need to assess and see, you know, how we can incorporate it, if it is something that indeed will add real value. Obviously, your your contributions and how strongly you feel about it are a big factor, because we've again received that specific request, that specific question quite a number of times since the summit ended. So please be reassured that that's something that we are looking into. However, as far as this year goes, that was not part of the arrangement of the summit. So I hope that clears things up, and I hope that you will feel just reassured, because that is something that we're looking into. A lot of people feel very strongly about the certificates. So yes, that's what I will say about that. I see someone speaking about an email that she wrote. Mercy, if you could just let me know, if you could just forward that email to me directly, and I will look at it. Apologies. Sometimes we do have quite a number of emails, and it takes a while to get to, like, you send an email and then it's in, you know. So just send me the email directly. I'll just leave my email address here and we can have a look at it. So let me just go back to the question and then take it to Clement. How has being a member of EAC YAP, oh no, wait, no, I started that wrongly. What are some of the challenges that you experience in that position? And I guess also just what is your experience being an EAC YAP ambassador, which is not a repetition, but yeah, like what's your experience working in that role?
First of all, I have a complaint. Why do I always get the hard questions? Challenges. Oh my God. All right, let's see. I do not have those on the top of my head, but definitely I'll start with from the beginning, coming into the platform, university students, different backgrounds. I am an educator. Anita is into engineering. We have people into law. We have people in mechanical engineering, really passionate about different things. And we were coming in, you know, simply excited about the EAC integration. What can we do for our region? What can we do for specific countries? But there is a lot of nuances that we did not know. And also learning to work under such a huge umbrella of things that we do not necessarily always control and always understand. And it has been challenging to, first of all, unlearn what we had deemed to be true the whole time, and also like being able to empathize, because as a youth ambassador, you have to be a representative of the youth in your countries. And sometimes, I'm gonna be honest, we don't always put in a work to know who these people are and what they need. And that is like the biggest task that we had. And so learning to go towards those people, listening to them, putting them first is challenging. I am not lying. As a young person myself, you cannot be ready for that kind of responsibility. I think we have managed to come together and be able to succeed at that, but that has been the biggest challenge, and learning and being like a real representative. And I cannot say that that is something you get to do 100%, but you keep trying, you keep reaching out to more people, you keep finding ways to engage as many young people from the region as possible. And so that has been challenging. Another challenge sometimes has been the language. As I think Elias touched on our initiatives, and we've been involved with YouLead. We've participated in election observations. We've had border outreach, and we went not as just one country, but we would mix up. And I'm trying to communicate, but I probably don't speak good Swahili, which is something I have to learn. I have to make sure that I'm speaking to these people, I'm communicating. We underlook how important that is, because that is how all these people communicate. That is how they share their problems, and they want you to hear them and advocate for them. And when you don't really understand, and you cannot, as basic as, you know, understanding the language can be challenging sometimes. And I'm not gonna lie to you, some of them I won't remember because they used to come on the go, and then, you know, as soon as you get an answer, you'd be like, oh, it's not the end of the world, we managed. But yeah, I think those were like the biggest challenges that we had coming into the platform.
Okay, thank you for sharing just like really openly. I think sometimes when people see spaces where it feels like, oh my God, EAC, they don't always expect just like an open sharing of what are the things that are genuinely difficult, because it's not an easy thing to take up the mantle of ambassador of anything in the world. It's a big responsibility representing people who are diverse, who have different they have different issues, there are different things that are ailing them, or different things that they want to see. And because again, we're not homogeneous. Everybody comes from different backgrounds and all of that. And so that's definitely a difficult thing. And so thank you just for sharing that openly, so that, I mean, guys, you should know that, yeah, I mean, these spaces of leadership are filled with people, specifically the EAC YAP has young people that really want to do impactful things, and they have challenges, just like you. It's not like a clear, smooth thing where everything is smooth, but I think the learning curve really makes things easier. I mean, the partnerships, all of that really brings things a little more full circle. And oh wait, I think I lost the last part of that question. There was another part of that question. Okay. Actually, Clemence went, yeah, what you said went into all of that. So maybe Elias can also share with us a little bit about what are the EAC YAP prospects moving forward? What kind of things are we looking at as we move into the new year, the new years to come? Let me just say that I see someone's hand up. I will give you a chance to say something at the end. So yeah, you can just keep your hand up and I will get to you as soon as I can. So Elias, please go ahead and tell us a little bit about what the future looks like with EAC YAP.
Well, on this one, you've given me a role of a prophet, and I have to prophesize what the future holds for the platform. Well, I can say without fear of contradiction and with great confidence that the future for the platform is luminous, and I'm very certain, because we have a transitional activity that is going to happen next month in Uganda. That is the appointment of new ambassadors. And with that, we'll be having new members of the platform, new ambassadors who are coming with grit and even innovations and innovations on activities that the platform will take forward. And then also next year, also we are looking towards participating in the Kenyan Election Observation Mission that will see the new ambassadors take up the mantle to do the observation in our country, that is. And then also remember YouLead, during the YouLead Summit, there's always a post-summit agenda. And the post-summit agenda must be actualized by the members of the platform and even the delegates. But it's the members of the platform who tend to spearhead most of the activities that have been specified by delegates in the summit to take center stage in the next years before the summit next year in November. So I'm sure with the summit agenda that was highlighted in the summit, the platform will be at the center stage to take up the mantle, and also with the new partnership with other new development partners like UNDP. So many activities are going to be there. And remember, this time around, we are trying to be specific to every area of issues that affect our society and even our youth. Remember the issue of mental awareness. It's a new area that is affecting our youth. Equal job, equal pay. It's something that we have not really dealt with as a platform, but with leadership of Ivan Atuyambe, our director, we are going to have several activities that is anchored on how to push for equal pay amongst the youth in the region, and even getting job opportunities with the secretariat. And then also there's issue of gender mainstreaming, gender-based violence that is affecting our youth. Remember, in our country, we have had challenges. We find young ladies being killed left, right, and center based on violence and also in the interior parts of our country, our young ladies are being molested, and governments are not taking much action, but without involving the youth themselves, so that we can get these specific issues that affect our society. So you find the platform will be involved in such activities. And also, most important, it's the issue of peace and security in the region. Remember, all these activities cannot take place without having a stable society. So as we had activities last year aimed towards it, I think this time around we are going to have implementation frameworks and programs geared towards visiting areas which have experienced conflict. The platform will be involved on ground to at least do some activities that is aimed and geared towards bringing youths together and to promote peace within the region. So to cut all this short, I can say that with all these activities that mostly are innovatively provided by the platform, supported by YouLead Summit post-summit agenda, the future for the platform is without a doubt luminous, and we look forward to have a successful activities aimed at changing the lives of our youth in the region. Thank you, Kemi.
All right, thanks, Elias, for sharing that. I love that you brought in that issue of the post-summit agenda. It's such a fundamental part of what we do, YouLead and EAC YAP as one. Sometimes people tell us, is it just a summit? Is this all? But no, we believe in actually doing something. The summit is a place for us to hear each other, for you to be heard by your policymakers, your leaders, and for them to hear you. So we can come up with resolutions which inform our post-summit agenda. And that's our basis for creating the projects, the workshops, all the work that we do throughout the year until the next summit, where we assess these things and then make the plan for the next. So it's very much, an intentional and what should I call it? It's intentional, and it's actually like it's work, it's on the ground work. It's not just we talk and we go home. So I see a couple of people asking about how they can be EAC YAP members. I know that this deadline already passed, but let me let Anita give you guys, just let you know what went down and what you may have already missed.
Well, like you said, the deadline passed already, but the wonderful news, first, starting from our partnership with YouLead Africa, is that the work doesn't stop at, just being an ambassador, but as a member of YouLead Africa, like you are a part of the big family. There's always work to be done. There are country activities, like Councillor Elias mentioned. There are post-summit activities that are country-based. And so when you subscribe to our newsletters or follow us on our socials, you are able to know what is happening, when and where, and you are able to participate in that way. But for the EAC YAP ambassadors, we're excited to say that the essays are being reviewed, and they have been so brilliant. This region is amazing, and we're going to have the EAC debates soon, where the new EAC Youth Ambassadors and the new cohort is going to be brought into the circle, and we are very excited. Just when this is played back in the future, want them to know that we're very excited to receive them and to have them as part of the family, and to just enjoy seeing the shock to their hearts as they're exposed to the region and the wonders of it, not like bad shock, good shock. But yes, please follow us on our socials, check out our website at eacyap.org, communicate with us, leave us, subscribe to our mailing list, and we will be able to let you know how you can be a part of influencing youth at a regional level.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing that. I think, I've just thought about it, and I know now the selection for the ambassadors is happening, but I know for example, you're a member. So then how do they become members, even if they're not ambassadors specifically?
Okay, so the EAC, when the debates happen, the ambassadors are selected as a cohort. So out of the 6 East African community countries, 6 individuals are selected out of the essay writing competition. Yes, so the 36 are part of a cohort that become a part of the platform, the main members of the platform. And it is those that make up the EAC Youth Ambassadors Platform as the members. And it is out of those 6 per country that you have the 2 ambassadors, the ambassador and the deputy ambassador, coming out of each country. So for example, Ambassador Clem and Ambassador Elias, Rwanda and Kenya respectively. And Ivan is here, ambassador to Uganda, but I am a member of the platform from Uganda, from the same cohort as Clem, Elias and Ivan. Yeah.
Okay, that makes it a lot clearer. I feel like definitely if you guys still have questions, you can go to their website. I think it'd be good actually if maybe Ansh can leave the website over there, so you guys can go subscribe to the newsletter, find out how you can email them, for example, if you have questions. If any of them are comfortable leaving their email addresses, please go ahead, so that people can also reach out probably and ask how they can really be a part of these activities. So in these last couple of minutes, let me just give 2 minutes. I'm going to time. I feel like I always give guys 2 minutes and then you guys want to speak for 5. 2 like this. I'm going to time on my phone. The first person that I see whose hand is up is Abdi Rashid. Go ahead, Abdi. 2 minutes.
Okay, do you hear me?
Are you there?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, and thank you. And my name is Abdi Rashid. I am from Somalia. So I am very happy to member for this group. So, and first time I wanted to congratulate with you to do for this debate. And secondly, and it's the first day I'm take part for this debate.
Welcome.
So I am very, very happy. And I am also very glad to member for this group. And the coming days, I will become for an active member who participate for this program. And also I will contribute you in this team, and very important in experience. And because I am a member of the young educators with a lecturer at Amud University, so I will contribute you in a good opinion, inshallah. So today or tonight, the reason I came in here in this speech, I wanted to introduce with you. Then I will become a good member. I will say you thank you everyone who is listening, which means thank you.
Thank you so much for letting us know who you are and for wanting to be part of our community. We welcome you very warmly. I love it when we have people from everywhere, not just EAC, just everywhere, because YouLead it's Africa, okay? It's not limited to just the EAC. So we are very excited to have you. I will ask my colleague Ansh to leave the link for our Telegram group so that you can be able to join. We leave all our updates there. I think, Anj, if you can, please leave the links for our social media as well, so that anybody who's new can be able to also check that out, check out our platforms, know what we really do, and find out how to be, to really take part, not to just view, but also be an active member of our community. All right, let me give Charles 2 minutes as well. Okay, thanks, Abdi, we see you. All right, Charles, go ahead, 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Kemi and everybody else. Number one, welcome. I'd like to welcome Abdi to the platform. So Abdi, every single Thursday at 7 p.m., this is the place to be. Having said that, I think, number one, to congratulate the cohort. I'm really proud of you guys. You guys have been selfless. My question would be, what next after the next cohort is selected? So what happens to the alumni, like you guys? So where will you guys be like next year going forward? And is there like a platform or a structure to ensure that there's continuity in terms of what people have been working on, passing it on to the next cohort? Yeah.
Okay, that's a great question. I'm going to ask Clem to answer that in like a minute. what happens after?
Right. That's a very good question. So what happens is, you know, the saying, once a soldier, always one. You don't get to go completely out of the platform. We have a bigger platform. For us to even achieve all these things, we have had our elder brothers and sisters tell us and help us. We just step down and let the new ambassadors do their job, but we're always in the shadow helping and giving information. Because at the end of the day, they're also like relationships that have been built, partnerships that have been built. So it would be unfair to have the new ambassadors just like come in and start all over. We are just always in the shadows. We remain as part of the bigger platform. And we just keep working together, providing advice and input wherever it is needed.
Okay, great. So now you guys know. I see another hand up. I'm going to give you 1 minute, Mwita. Go ahead.
Yes, sure. Thank you so much. I'm Mwita from Kenya, a Mwachi Poultry Farm. Yeah, that's my passion. So I'm so happy to join you guys. The last summit, I joined you while virtually during the summit in Arusha, and I was very happy. I learned so many things because I was making notes. So I'm so happy to be here. Just to ask one question because of time, that if there is a probability during this such meeting, we just break into rooms. For example, we just flashback. What did we learn? For example, the last Arusha summit. What did we learn? What went well? We just flashback. What can we do to improve it next time? Then what lessons did we learn? So that it can't be a pass of time. We just make it practical. Because as youth we like white collar jobs, but we don't like the black collar jobs. So that's why I quitted from as a teacher. I'm a teacher by profession, but I quitted to do poetry in rural areas, and it's amazing because I have already started the groups that we keep chicken, hence gain some of the mama gaining income in their life. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to share.
Right, thank you so much, Mwita. As far as creating breakout rooms, so that is something that would happen when we've created like a specific, for example, workshop to do that. Because what we did in the summit, if you remember, in those past days, was to allow the audience to contribute, as well as the people, whether you were in person or any other way, so that we can create the post-summit agenda, which will help us now create the programs that we will carry out in collaboration with EAC YAP. And if you're a member of our community as well, you can reach out. If it's something is happening in your country, you can be part of it. So for sure, what I can assure you of is it's not something that we just do, we talk, and then we move on. No, we talk so that we can develop, well-rounded ideas, well-rounded, so we can identify also from people from different areas, different backgrounds, what are the issues and how can we address them, so that then we can design the programs. So that's something that may not happen in this specific space, Unplugged, because Unplugged is also very limited. We just do this for an hour, so definitely something like that would be more immersive. So please just stay tuned to our socials and our website, and you'll be able to know what our activities are going to look like in the year. Right now, we are in a planning process post-summit. And then when we have our activities lined up, you can know this is how I can participate, this is how I can take part. Unplugged is more of a place where we have conversations based on those activities, based on whatever is pressing for young people on the continent. So thank you so much. And I hope that you can be a part of the activities in your country, as long as you stay connected, whether it's on our social media or our Telegram groups. You can be able to just keep updated on what's happening and how you can volunteer, how you can, just like how you can weigh in on whatever is happening. Now it is 8 p.m. So I know I'm for sure not going to be able to give everybody a chance to say something, but I'm going to, I see there is Claude. I'm going to give you just 1 minute, just a minute to say something before we wrap up.
Thanks a lot. So we are happy to glad with you. So my name is Engineer Claude from Burundi, Bujumbura. I'm founder and the CEO of the Water Candy. So I'm very happy about this meeting with the young in Africa. According to our idea in Burundi, me youngs from Burundi, we just have to know how can we improve our knowledge in order to challenge with others peoples from the other countries. Because for the generation, our generation is powerful for the making good life for the next our person's life. It means that for my idea next meeting like this, we just have to think about how can make man online like the Alibaba. See, we can make the platform like Alibaba. We share with each other with our countries your knowledge with others. You can make it with the make transfer with the bank by bank with the Swift code and make the business online. That is the idea. We can think deeply about this because the business like this one in these worlds must to be for online. That's my idea, to think deeply about to make business online and the transfer by bank or by online by phone. Thanks a lot. Share for all.
All right. Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. I think what I've taken is that you'd like us to have a conversation that's focused on the online market, your online business. How do we make it better? How do we make it a more inclusive space for African youth? Because it's such a thriving place, and the way COVID is set up, that's a great place for us to be doing our businesses. So how do we make that work for us? So I've noted that down so that we can have a discussion on that, and I'll try to invite people who are knowledgeable, who can really give us great guidance on the online space and how to grow our businesses. I'm afraid we don't have time to let everyone speak, but please join our Telegram group. That's where we continue a lot of these conversations, and we'll be able to just talk to you some more. I apologize, but we only have an hour. So in this hour, we have
sorry. Just share me Telegram group in order to enter inside, please.
Okay, it's in our comment section. Just check our comments. Mary has just sent it.
Okay. Let's check lot now.
Okay, all right. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us this evening. We really appreciate your time. We appreciate our guests. Thanks for making time out of your schedules to share with the young people on the continent. And I think they really appreciate what you're doing. And guys, if you want to connect with us, please follow those links. Follow EAC YAP, follow YouLead Africa, and just know what we are doing, what we are about, and how you can take part in everything that we are doing for young people, because that's what we're really passionate about: meaningful participation for young people all over Africa. So thank you once again, everybody. Please join us next Thursday and every Thursday after that. We are always here. And this space is actually, it's not anything without you guys. You, the viewers, are so important to us. So we love to have you here so that we can hear you and also know what it is that you need us to create content on that's relevant for you. So have a good evening, a good morning, a good afternoon, wherever you are. And we will see you next week on Thursday. And I think that's it from us, from the team. The ambassadors, I think you're just going to wave goodbye because we're out of time. But thanks, guys, for joining us again. I can't say thank you enough. So that's it from us. Have a great rest of the week and the weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye, see you.
Bye, Kemi. Bye, everyone.